Hello, I want to show you some matches where people cooperate and a match where people cooperate but they lose themselves during the battle. Me too, I lose myself too during this battle. So, you know that this format is for showing and comment the battle, so I will skip some momentum to go immediately to the points, and but you will see the battle at 80%. Okay, so you will not see stop and move. You just see the battle, but sometimes I have to skip some situations that are not useful. So let's start with the match. So I asked the people to push the supply, but not the supply on the first supply, but the supply on the left. Once we get A, so the guy's Eugene seems very kind. So we start. The battle start. I use the Modao to just prepare in case of some sally, but I think no one sally out if I remember correctly. I send a signal to move the tower, and at the end someone move it. And once we got the tower, I take the King's. You know, I like to play King's in this part of the match because it's the only point where they are pretty useful as attackers, because since they are very fast, they can go to the walls and shoot, maybe retire, maybe go back, then come back again. Also, if you stay pretty close to the allies, you can send them pretty close to the enemies and without being scared of they get attacked. And I'm stupid. I fall down. And you know, King's in my opinion sometimes are more useful than Shenji, because the fire rate is pretty good, and if the enemies doesn't have too much shields, King's are better. But Shenji are still important because the meta is the Star Wars anyway, so the meta Star Wars, so you need Shenji if you want to use a gun, or you take the Lions, or you take the Zealots. So anyway, the battle is starting very well because I'm shooting with the King's. I don't want to get the A. I leave the allies to get the A. I want to protect my backline and maybe get A once I'm sure that we are safe from the back. So the allies are already going down, and I will go down too, because you know that King's has the capability to get ammo back, and with the rune, the new rune they make for this season, they get even more ammo once they kill, so it's pretty important in my opinion. So we get other kills. We can kill some heroes with King's pretty easy if they stay pretty close to us without attacking the muskets. So now we got the supply, and now I have to switch units because I need something fast, something that can rush and immediately go to help the supply. So I prefer to take the berserkers. You know, I like to play berserkers. You can hate me if you want, but I like to play berserkers. It's my favorite units, and I play these guys these big guys for 4 years, so I like it. So as you can see, a lot of people are running to the supply. So I hope so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we are rushing to the supply, so I need to be the first to show that the courage that we can get the supply. Oh, there's the chariot. The chariot was first. GG guy, GG big boy. So they are preparing the defenses. So one prepare a ballista, if I see, yeah, but we can still get the supply. So at this point, usually once you get the supply, you have two options: or destroy the enemy supplies, so making possible for them to change units, or you can be a distraction, so a main force will rush to the main point. So now there is a fight between Lion Roar, and since there is the Lion Roar, I have to send berserkers at, you see, let me show you back. I sent the berserkers, once I saw the gun, I sent the berserkers there, okay, because there was the stalwarts, okay, I cannot rush berserker there. So once they are gone, I can immediately send berserkers to that and send them, so they are, since they are pretty fast and they have the anti-CC, send them to fight. So I got some kills. This is the gameplay of berserkers. You cannot charge frontally. You have to wait the right moment and then charge. And you can get some kills too. Okay. But once you send berserkers, once you want to send berserkers, you have to leave them fight. And actually you have to play with them. Your hero has to play, because with kills you can get some rage point and you can help them to get the boost. Okay, now I send them to the enemy spawn point to get distraction. I don't know why I get the archers. Oh no, didn't get the archer, because there was the guy with Spartans, and I need to call the berserker back if they are not dead. Okay, they are dead. Okay, anyway. Yeah, they got beaten and rotten, but they are dead. Yeah, I take the Modao better than the archers at this point. You know, Modao, with the recent changes, they are fine better. I put the doctrine that gives to them more resistance after a few hits, and is pretty good. So as you can see, we got the main point, because when the battle of the Lion's Roars ended, the guys start rushing to the main point. Okay, so I stay there to block the enemies, and by the other guys, the guys would die. Some guys, you see, some guys from there, they go to the main point. They probably die to try to, and they rush too. And as you can see, this is the classic match where the enemies didn't play well, but we actually play well. And we got the GG. So now we got to another match. In this match, I tried to get B. I asked to get B, and people seems pretty convinced too. So we rush. This is my trap. Thankfully, the guy didn't notice the trap, and I got something. I think maybe one kill or two. So there is the men at arms over there, but I cannot rush the berserkers versus men at arms. You know, I told you, berserkers are not made for this type of battle. They have to wait. So I tried to use the ultimate, but got caught by one of the glaives. So now the enemies are pretty confused and pretty knocked down. I can send the berserkers and finish them off. is the gameplay of Berserkers, is this one. So you have to stay of the right distance, and once you have to charge, you charge, and you help them with your hero. Even there, I didn't send them to the front line because there is a lot of archers, there is a lot of things over there. I prefer to make a cover and use the shields. That the spear surges are pretty tanky. They can resist some hits, so there's no problem. So once we got the B, the allies, as you can see, they are getting A. So A is easy. There is two options: charge C, or go in A and prepare for another push. We decided, me and other 2-3 guys, to go down the stairs and try to get some enemies down. And we actually fight ourselves in a battle pretty dramatic, because we were just in 2 or 3, if I so well, and so we died pretty easy. My Berserker too, I sent them to death because there is no other options. Now you charge and you have to charge. So you know something good with Berserkers? You got if your Berserker survives a lot, you got a lot of points, but sometimes even more than what you expect. And it's interesting. It's interesting because this unit, when they actually active the Battle Madness to 10 stacks, they become pretty tanky for what they should be. So it's pretty useful. To another reason why you should charge in the front line is to grow up the Battle Madness too. And for using Battle Madness, you need to use the second ability a lot of times, like 2-3 times. So, and you cannot use it if you are in the front line, because they lose health pretty easy, and you have to use the rage. So if you use the rage, you lose the Battle Madness, okay, the Battle Madness chance. But and also when you have the Battle Madness active, that gives you defense boost, it will help the rage of Berserker that they get a defense debuff. Okay, is just a measure to reduce the defense debuff when you use the rage. So they are because they are not tanky when you get the rage. Actually, they are pretty squishy, but they have the CC. So if they immediately kill the enemies, there is no problem. So now I'm playing with maidens and try to get C. C is gone. C is gone. The match should be ended soon, is what I was thinking. Okay, I was thinking, okay, the match is ended soon. We charge the main point, we won, GG. Okay, bye bye. But there is where we lose ourselves. Me too. First, instead of rushing the main point, we fight in there, and we dispersed. We dispersed ourselves. So if you are not fighting unite and you dispersed, you lose the momentum. The charge going down and makes some damage. You know, the companions can deal a lot of damage if they rush in the right moment, and the other cavalry is rushing too and make a lot of damage to the shields. The Phalanx arrives too late, and what is happened is that I died, and I have 2 people to get the main point instead of have fun. So I decided to get the archers instead of the Spartans, because I saw a lot of enemies ranged. So I want to get some kills and distract them. So if the archers go down, the enemy lose morale, and your allies get a morale up. Okay. So, but my mistake was made pretty soon, because the enemies notice my ranged, so the mole is go to kill my archers. Probably the mole was the guy who has the hourlangs, so he was pretty angry. And instead of fighting him, I decided to continue shooting with the ranged and lose the time. I don't know. Sometimes it's better to fight, sometimes it's better to leave. I don't know. I was thinking probably that there was some allies close to me, but there was no one. And to be close to allies, I need to be in front line, and that ranged unit cannot go front line. But also my mistake was to care too much of 90 points of leadership unit. So it's a green unit, you don't have to care too much about it. So now I got the Spartan, and I'm trying to ask the people to go there and charge. After a lot of, I think 2 minutes, I think we finally decide to charge. And instead of rushing the main point, we rush to kill the maidens. That is good or bad, don't know. There is a guy with the grape shot trying to kill some casual heroes, and there I was thinking, okay, it's GG, we won. But and what is happened? You see, Sparta is coming, Iron Reaper can charge. What they are doing? They leave. They all leaves. They leave me there alone. So I'm a solo player too, so I don't want to lose my units for nothing. So I try to cover them and wait the right moment to use the advance. And thankfully I used the advance in the right moment where the cavalry charge, and this probably saved my Spartans from death. This use our charge too, and they were pretty good, thankfully. And there is still the chariot over there. He is having fun too. We try to get us. We are pretty confused, in my opinion. Me and the allies. I try to stay in the point because I want to get the point, but the allies are fighting on the circle around the main point, and it's not the right moment to do that. Thankfully, we got. Oh, as you can see, there are the lion roars over there, and they are. I didn't notice the lion roar when I was playing this match. And I think someone, okay, they sent a trap, and one hero, maybe another one, will rush to kill the lion roars and save our ass, essentially. A bit of lag, okay. The slam happened 1 second later. So now I think, okay, we have won. We have won. I don't know, but I didn't use the advance. I wait the right moment to use the advance because I think we have more. They have still units to send, but I was hoping that they lose the morale to do something. But the enemies play pretty well. They start badly, but they play pretty well. You know, this Spartans go from the back was a pretty dangerous. They were pretty dangerous, and I have to use the advance too to make my unit to make my Spartans survive. No, so I have to now wait to use maybe the advance too. But I died. I died immediately. For one hit. They just push me one time and they kill me. So I write GG because I think we lose. And I asked to the guy that has fire archer to shoot the fire, and I think he's starting later to shoot the fire. Yeah, starting fire. And I use the Mole because Mole is a more one-man army than the other classes. It can deal a lot of damage, so what I have to do now is to deal damage and kill as much enemy units as possible, because we have to win the fight to remove the enemy units, because we have the ranged over there that can kill some heroes and deal some damage, but the enemies have still units in the battle. We have the stalwarts, the ally stalwarts that doesn't have to die, because if they die we are lost. So the match finish pretty soon, because the allies were still alive, but the enemies were dying one after another. I think some player of the enemies didn't use all his units, because I saw 300 versus 200 when I die. You know, let me show you in the back. Let me check if I. Let me check. Moment. No, 300 versus 200. Okay, that 40 was the surf that we saw later, but I think someone forgot to use their units, so in the end we won. So as you can see, in the first match we got a super team. The second one we play as a team but we lose ourselves, and in this one is I don't know, it's pretty fun, but it is not there. Let me check for a moment. In this match I tried to help, but I was never useful. So let's start from the beginning. They asked me to go to the tunnel, but I didn't like to play in the tunnel. It's pretty easy for the enemies to defend it, so I sent my Lancelot to try, but we cannot do too much. So once the enemy charge, as you can see, the enemy start charging. When I saw the right moment, I tried to use the Lancelot covered by stalwarts, and Helios, I don't know who is, but Helios was with the stalwarts probably, tell that there are 7 people in the tunnel. You know, half team is inside the tunnel, so you can get A or B. It's easy. So I don't know, I was useful there, I wasn't useful there, you know, my units die pretty easy, and yeah, I got some kills, but I die anyway. I tried to cover the remaining of the stalwarts that dies, because the first bunch of stalwarts was used by myself as a cover, but I want to make the rest survive, just a little bit at least. And we got A and B, so I do nothing. I got the punch boys, and I try to help with B or A, so I send them to B. But I don't know, if I remember correctly, we got A and B, but the team is playing pretty well. We got B, and soon we get A. I don't know. I'm helpful. I'm helpful in this battle. I don't know really. I was thinking I need to ask to the players if in this battle I was totally useless or not, because I don't know. I find myself lost in this battle, and it's interesting. So now I have an idea. I got an idea. Since I saw that the battle, I'm a solo player, and I saw that my allies are playing pretty well united, and they forgot that I exist. So I tried to do something different. And instead of going down from and going up, I try to get the ladders and try to catch the enemies from the back. Okay, and as you can see, you will see pretty soon. You will see. I'm useless again because the allies are still getting C. I am rushing from the back, so I am to run as much as possible and to get to help in the front line. Because you know there are some cavalry charge, the enemies are not stupid, they are playing, but maybe some of them are maybe playing too much ranged, or they are not, they are cheating. So I send my unit to the fight to try to be useful, and I risk to die. No, I lose myself in the battle, and you know, we got C pretty easy. You see, they are playing all. There are hundreds of shields rushing, so they cannot do much about it with all these shields. They have to take lion roars. They need at least two squads of lion roars to crush these things. So I switch to Orochi. I want to play Orochi. Sometimes I want to play Orochi. I like the Orochi. And then try to be useful. And people, they are rushing without think of me. They are rushing faster. There is the lion roar that they want to rush in the main gate with the lion roar and the shields. So guys, there is probably a team in my team. There is probably some players that are playing together with Discord or something. Because this battle was very, very strange. In fact, I asked if it was better to change spot, but anyway, we are rushing down. So, Matt Connor, you need to be useful. You need to be useful, at least in this part of the match. So, I send the guys. Okay, free kills there. With Orochi, the Orochi are fine. I have decent doctrine with Orochi. I have very good doctrines with Orochi, so they are pretty good with the second ability. And I have to help the guys to push because Orochi they cannot fight in the front line unless there are just units. So if there are ranged units, Orochi cannot fight front line. But once ranged units are down, you can fight the front line too. So now I'm waiting the right moment to send Orochi again to the fight and get some kills too. So I don't know. I was useful. I don't know. I think maybe my allies will probably win the match without me. So this is another match where. This is a match I want to show you fast because you know sometimes when you lose yourself in the battle, don't be afraid of that. Just try to be useful as much as possible, and if you use yourself, try to send messages to people to ask, to tell what they want to do. You know, sometimes people don't write. I know not everyone knows English. I know not everyone knows Spanish, etc. But I'm Italian, so I'm forced to play in English, and I know only English. So remember to send messages to people, make signals, ask, because if some players respond to you, you will understand what you want to do, they will do, so you can be helpful. Okay, GG.